Teacher, classmate, general public, each of you have a nice afternoon. Introduce myself. I am William Jose Romero Flores. On this occasion, I will do an analysis of the book The Selfish Giant, which belongs of the interview blog 2. I will have my opinion introducing the characters, the author of the book, in so on. Um, Analysis of the history the selfish giant. En Spanish is gigante egoísta. Author, the author of the book is Oscar Wilde. Character children characters children the selfish giant little boy niños el gigante egoísta y un pequeño niño pequeño analysis the selfish giant talks to us about the feeling we should have towards our fellow men, where he describes the life of a giant who has lived with his friend the ogre, and after living with him for 7 years, he decides to return to his palace. At the beginning of the story, I can be seen that the children have fun playing in the garden, which is abandoned. They mention an important point. Children are nature. Their joy is noticed for feeling free playing and getting to know nature at the same time making friends with the other children. Likewise, the first lesson can be noted, which it is to enforce private property on the part of the giant when it is done to children so that they can no longer play in the park. The second teaching makes us aware of the fear that children might suffer, saying someone upset and insulting them. That is why the giant makes the decision to place a sign which says, "Entries prohibited, violators will be prosecuted." The third lesson is that the children cannot play on the road because it is very dangerous. To play there is a playground for children and they missed the garden, which was their favorite place to play. It happens at that moment when spring arrives, except for the giant's garden. The fourth teaching occurs when the children were not playing. The garden is in winter, and it is when people isolate themselves from society or from the family they are always cold and distant from those who love them. In a certain way, the author leaves us a fifth teaching that some people doing bad things are also capable of having up. One part of the garden there was still no and railings that a child could not climb. The giant decides to help him. The seventh lesson that he leaves us is that we should always help our fellow men like the giant who understood what he had to do. From that moment he began to share his garden with all the children, and this placed his heart for quite some time doing good. The giant never saw the boy he helped again. When the giant were old, I finally saw the child appear after a certain time that he helped, but he had some wounds on his hands and feet. The giant asked him who had done that to him, And he answered, they are the ones of love sin is in a save us from sin and have life for humanity. The boy explained to him. The giant understand and being very old, Jesus decides to take him to heaven so that he lives as angel because of how good he had been with the children. In this way, the next day, the children who are going to play in the garden find the body of the giant full of white flowers. His soul was in heaven with Jesus. Conclusion is the history of the selfish giant tells us the history of a giant who did not know how to share what he had and lived isolated from his world until the children teach him the value of life and sharing with the beings we love the most, because life is one and we must enjoy it doing what we like but also wait responsibly for what we do. Thank you.